Hey there everybody, welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Rama, and in today's video, we will be breaking into this week's deals and discounts for Grand Theft Auto Online. We got some free cars, we got some planes, and some discounted helicopters, so there's some decent discounts, but when it comes to bonus money, whoa, we're going to be making a lot, and I'm going to be having a whole video on that separately tomorrow. When it comes to my weekly bonus videos, I try to take a step above the rest to actually showcase the vehicles and my own personal feelings on them. So, if you do enjoy this type of content and you'd like to see more like it, obviously please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. With all that being said, let's get straight into it, starting off with the lowest discounts and making our way to the highest. At a 20% discount, we have the RO86 Alconost. Honestly, I don't see much of a reason to ever get your hands on this aircraft. It's one of the largest jets in the game, and it doesn't really have much going for it. If I'm not mistaken, you can actually fly at stealth mode above certain altitudes with this plane, which is pretty cool. But, I mean, when are you ever actually going to use this in a public lobby? It's huge, it's pretty useless in most situations. I don't know. It looks cool, don't get me wrong. I do think it looks really cool, but personally, I would not recommend to spend your money on this aircraft. Let's take a look at some of the other aircraft we have. These are all 40% off. We have the Western Rogue, we have the Sea Sparrow, and as well the Mammoth Streamer 216. When it comes to the Streamer 216, it's a waste of money. There's literally nothing it has going for it. I don't even know if it has bombs, but even if it does, there's literally no reason to get this plane. It has no missiles. The only weapons you have are these two machine guns mounted on the front. Apart from that, it's pretty useless. Now, the other two aircraft are actually somewhat notable. The Sea Sparrow is the exact same as the Sparrow you can call in using the interaction menu. We can see that I actually have the same color Sparrow right here. The only difference between this Sparrow and the Sea Sparrow is that the Sea Sparrow has pontoons and can land in the water. But yeah, in terms of its overall capabilities, it features the same homing missiles that the normal Sparrow has, and also is pretty average in other categories. I wonder, does this have flares? Actually, no. Surprisingly, the Sparrow does not have flares, the Sea Sparrow specifically, but does have homing missiles, just like the normal Sparrow. It's kind of just a slightly better Sparrow. Do I think it's worth the money? Nah. If you already have a Sparrow, which is part of your Kosatka, there's really no reason to get this helicopter. I mean, sure, it definitely has some things going for it, but I don't know. I just wouldn't recommend to buy it. And then that brings us to the final aircraft that is discounted this week, which is the Western Rogue. This is actually an absolute steal. The Rogue is one of the best aircraft available in Grand Theft Auto Online. First of all, it's, believe it or not, one of the fastest planes in the game, even faster than about 90% of the jet aircraft, only beaten out by the F-160 Raiju. The Rogue features an explosive machine gun, which we can see right here, which is very, very nice. It also features bombs, which a lot of people don't actually know, but yeah, as we can see, the Rogue does feature bombs. I know a lot of people complain about the handling on the Rogue, saying, oh, it's too maneuverable. You know, you can see a great example here. Oh, it turns too much, but my response is just turn down the handling setting a little bit if it's too good on handling, or it turns too harsh for you, and then it's not going to be a problem at all. But the Rogue in general is one of the best aircraft in the game. With the explosive machine gun, the fact that it has missiles, the fact that it is incredibly fast, and this is the best part about the Rogue, it's already one of the cheapest aircraft in the game. If you head over to Warstock Cash and Carry, and you sort by price, we can see, obviously we got the super cheap vehicles here, which are like 400,000, 600,000, but if we only scroll up a little bit more, we can see the Rogue is 1.2 million. That means with a 40% discount, you'll be able to get it for like, what, 800,000, 700,000? In general, this is going to be a really, really inexpensive aircraft to get your hands on, and I'll have a full kind of breakdown on it later in the week, but I would definitely recommend to pick up the Rogue. It is absolutely amazing. Then we arrive to the cars. Now we got some decent discounts here, but nothing crazy. Let's start off with the 30% discounts, which is the Benefactor SM722, which is this topless vehicle here. It's pretty cool. It's based off of a Sterling Moss, but I don't know. It's not very good in its performance. It only goes like 124 miles an hour, and its handling, because it's rear-wheel drive, is pretty bad. I remember specifically not having the best lap time with this vehicle when I messed messed around with it. We have the Enos Deity, which is an Amani Tech vehicle. It's already one of the cheapest Amani Tech cars in the game, so with a 30% discount, if you don't own an Amani Tech car, this is actually a pretty solid one. As you can see, it does feature semi-bulletproof glass, meaning that it will be a little bit durable. It also is in the sedans class, so it can go around 116 miles per hour. It's nothing crazy, but if you're trying to save a buck and get your hands on a good Amani Tech vehicle, it's definitely a solid shout, and I'd say it's a decent pickup. And then we have the Grotti Furia, which is one of the fastest cars in the game. It looks pretty cool, I won't lie. I mean, I think we can all agree the Furia is one of the coolest looking supercars in the game. It's got a pop-up spoiler, which is absolutely epic, and the front of this car as well is just incredible. I absolutely dig the design of the Furia. However, it is one of the most expensive supercars in the game, so with a 30% discount, if you like the look of the vehicle, then I'd say, you know, maybe pick it up, but I don't really think it's worth the price tag unless you really want to get your hands on that vehicle. Then we arrive over here to the two freebies. We have the Monstrosity and the Enos Windsor Drop. Starting off the Monstrosity, all you have to do is, well, spin the wheel and possibly get your hands on it. Monstrosity is honestly great. Not only does it have semi-bulletproof glass, but it has Amani Tech capabilities, able to put on a missile lock-on jammer, which is really nice. And not only that, it also is able to survive upwards of 3 explosions before being blown up. So if you do get it this week, the Monstrosity is an absolute beast, especially due to the fact you can put an HSW upgrade on it, allowing it to go 136 miles per hour. Then we have the Enos Windsor Drop. This is a really mediocre vehicle, and I really wouldn't recommend to get your hands on it, to be honest. To get it, it is part of the prize ride. You have to place top 5 3 days in a row. So it's really easy to get. Like, honestly, you could just sit AFK and probably get your hands on the vehicle, but, like, there really is nothing special about this car. I mean, it looks cool, but it has no customization. This is fully customized here. Like, it really does not have anything special going for it, so if you really want it, you can earn it this week, but my recommendation is just forget about it, do a Cayo Perico heist instead, and buy something else pretty. That's my personal opinions when it comes to the Enos Windsor. But that brings us to the most important part of today's video, and that is the bonus money. For any of you that have been watching the channel for the past week since the Mackenzie Field Hangar has been released, you've probably seen me make not only a couple of videos on the Titan job, but I've also streamed it a few times. We can see here this is from my live stream where I was trying to complete the Titan job in 45 minutes, and honestly I got closer than I expected. But, believe it or not, the Titan job is double money this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. This is insane. And if you've been a Debbie Downer on this business, now is your chance to actually make bank with it. The Titan job earns more money than the Dr. Dre VIP contract per hour base. And the reason why is because it takes around an hour and 20 minutes to do the Dr. Dre VIP contract, and in return it's going to pay you around $1 million. This will take you around 48 to 50 minutes if you're decent, and it will pay you $750,000. If you actually do the math, you're earning more money in the amount of time it takes to do the Titan job than it will the Dr. Dre VIP contract. But this is where it gets really crazy, because you have to remember that this is double money. So you're going from a $750,000 payment on hard to now a $1.5 million payout every single time you complete the Titan job this week. That means every 60 minutes you're able to start this up after the cooldown and earn more money than you would doing the Cayo Perico heist. If you do not own the Mackenzie Field Hangar, get your hands on it. It is a fairly inexpensive purchase. If we make our way back over to GTA, all you need to do is go on the phone, go over to Maze Bank Foreclosures, and as we can see up at the top, we have the Mackenzie Field Hangar. It is going to cost you $1.5 million. If you have GTA Plus this week, it will be $1 million. This is by far one of the best weeks that we've had in GTA Online in a while. Like, honestly, this is right up there next. Actually, this might be the best week we've ever had in GTA for earning money. I really can't think of another time. We obviously have had double money on Dr. Dre, but this is just as good, if not better, than double money on Dr. Dre. So if you've been holding out on the business, now you have a reason to get your hands on it. We can see here how fast I was able to complete my Mackenzie Field Hangar missions. We're at 48 minutes on the clock right now. 48 minutes and 25 seconds, I was able to do everything from start to finish, on live stream. I'll be posting a whole video breaking into how to maximize your earnings and income with this tomorrow, tips and tricks. So make sure you stay tuned if you want to see the best ways to do the Mackenzie Field hanger. But the point being, this is an absolutely amazing way to earn money, and it's just incredible. We can see if we scroll a little bit to the end here, mission passed, and we are going to earn a whopping $750,000. So as I said, it'll be 1.5 million. Apart from that, you have double money on the Vespucci job remix, which is pretty useless, but hopefully you learned a thing or two in today's video. And if you'd like to see more content like this, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.